Hello again. I must apologise for my appearance today. I've been compelled to attend a respectable event which accounts for these strange clothes. It is perhaps unfortunate that the only two disturbances and subsequent arrests made in the queue to file past the Queen's coffin were both made by members of visible minorities. Everybody else seemed to behave in a normal manner. I've been thinking lately about the fact that although I live near a station on the London Underground and frequently travel into central London, I very seldom encounter black people at the destinations towards which I'm heading. Let's face it, London has a very large population of black people and members of other visible minorities, but they never seem to be around the places which I visit. This is curious. Before looking at the sort of places I'm talking about, I will make the observation that I seldom see black people at all in central London, even at the weekend. For instance, many black people live in Deptford in South London, but if you walk a mile or two from that area to Greenwich Park, you will be very unlikely to see a single black person in the park. They just don't go there. It's free. There's an excellent free museum there, the National Maritime Museum. No black people in there, no black people in Greenwich Park, even though it's on their doorstep. It's the same in places like Westminster, Covent Garden, Bloomsbury and so on. The only black people one sees in those places are security guards. I find this odd because exploring the streets of central London is a history lesson in itself, and many of the things to see, such as museums and churches, cost nothing to visit. Let me talk about a few of the places I do visit. The Museum of London is full of London's history. It's a fascinating place. I've never seen a black person in there. Sometimes there are parties of school children with black children, but I have never seen a black family taking their kids around the Museum of London in the way that white Londoners do. The Tower of London, no black people. The same applies to all other castles, stately homes and so on that I've been to, such as Apsley House, the former home to the Duke of Wellington, um, all every place in London like that. Kenwood House at Hampstead Heath, where there's an art gallery and a stately home. No black people. The Roman Amphitheatre in London or the Temple of Mithras. They're both fascinating Roman sites underground that you can visit. They're free. I've never seen a black person go and see either of them. National Gallery, Kew Gardens, the British Museum. What about the last night of the prom shown in the thumbnail to this video? Or any ballet, opera, concerts of classical music? All white. This really is odd. Sometimes people make sniffy remarks and say things which suggest that it's white people's fault if there's not enough diversity in this or that place. But often black people are effectively boycotting certain locations and events and excluding themselves. It sometimes seems to me that society is fragmenting into black areas and interests and white ones. I think that many white people value the history and culture of Britain, but that few black people do so. Go around the Victoria and Albert Museum in London and see how many black people you might see. This is a choice. Black people are not excluded from this free museum, but they choose not to take their children there, while white English people often do so. This division in society, regarded as being very unhealthy, is not caused by racism or attempts by white people to exclude people of colour. It is self-imposed by black people themselves, who are actively avoiding becoming involved in British culture. I wonder why that would be.